Kyrie, do you on the play that Addison scored? Do you recall what happened there? How he busted, got loose?
I'm not sure exactly what happened. We called a play that we were confident in. We were pretty confident we would get the job done, but it just went their way. They were a great team. So not exactly sure what happened, but we were confident in the call, and it just didn't go our way.
How would you say, as a team, you guys are reacting to just what had happened now?
Oh, man, we're ready to go again. We're ready to answer. We know that was a great team, and we just went toe-to-toe with them. Fans were lights out. Everybody showed up to play. Right now our team we're together, Offense, defense, we're coming together. We know special teams. We know where we got to answer, where we got to fix things, and, we're ready to go back to work.
You guys want the mic?
The Williams all night long, it seemed like you guys were just like maybe quarter a step from getting him on the ground. That 4th and 6 play, what do you recall from that? The one where he was able to turn that into a first down.
Yeah, he started scrum. He was a great player. He was very slippery, very fast. And 4th and 6, he goes and he shoots up the middle. We're in coverage. Coming back to it, and he got a little push off from the offensive line, and they got it by an inch. This is a game of inches. And we obviously got to do our job to have that going our way next time, and we will.
I know this was a big defensive performance for you guys against an offense that you knew was going to be really tough. But how does it hurt more knowing that in the second half you had opportunities to go and win that game and you just fell a little bit short?
I think really any game, that we lose is going to hurt, but really, honestly, we went out there, we played our hearts out, we played hard, offense played hard, and really, honestly, we're focused on getting to the next one because we got to answer in those places that, we kind of fell short,
USC started strong in the run game early and kind of kept that going throughout the game, even when the passing game wasn't clicking. What did you see from Travis Dye that was maybe causing you guys problems up there in that front seven?
He's very patient running back, and he's a really good player. He's been playing for 5 years now, so he kind of has a feel of, how do I follow my blockers? How do I follow, the play that they're calling, So he was a good back, and he's very, very patient, and he was a good player. They had a good, solid O-line, and they were a good team.
This game obviously was Oregon State's moment to make a statement. Maybe came up a little bit short. You came up a little bit short. You guys got 24 hours to get over this. How difficult will it be to get over it though when you get to Sunday?
Yeah, right now it hurts. It stings for sure. It definitely hurts. But like I say, already in the locker room we're thinking about being together. As a team, and the only way we're going to get past this is together. We're not going to break up. We're not going to say, oh, y'all did this, y'all did that. Y'all need to be. No, we're going to come together and we're going to play. And we're going to lean on each other in tough moments like these as a family that we are.
Regardless of the result, can't take away what you guys were able to do on defense against an elite quarterback. Entering this game, could you have imagined holding him to 180 yards, 5 yards an attempt, and only 1 touchdown?
We had a great scheme going into this week, and Coach Bray really is a really amazing coach, and, he had a plan, and, that's what we were focused on executing, and any scheme that Coach Bray puts up, we're confident that it's going to get the job done. So, our imagination is yeah, let's do this, any scheme that he puts up, let's rock.
All right, Kyrie, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, Brandon Kipper.
How y'all doing?
Brandon, the running game took a while to get going. Was there something they did differently defensively that kind of took you guys a little while to get going?
It's a good team. Watched film on them all week. Feel like they played exactly like what we expected. We knew they slanted and twisted a lot, so we always say it's kind of a gamble. They're going to win some, they're going to lose some. They just happened to win more than we wanted.
This game was kind of Oregon State's moment. You came up a little short. The 24 hours to get over this, how difficult will it be to get over this by tomorrow afternoon?
I know a lot of things about this team. I've been here a long time, and if there's one thing I can tell you, it's that we will grow from this. We will learn from this. This is just the beginning of our story. It pains me that our story has to start this way, but I know it's just the beginning. And I know in that locker room right now there is no quit, there is no thought or doubt in our mind that we ain't going to see them again, and we're not going to be playing in the Pac-12 championship. That is still the belief, that is still the goal.
You said that, they played very similar to how you thought they were going to play. In what parts, especially in the second half, you had so many moments. How do you take that going into next week, knowing that they did exactly what you thought they were going to do, but it's more or so the execution, and specifically in that second half, which I feel like you guys have kind of struggled with momentarily in this first part of the season?
Yeah, I think exactly that. It's the execution. USC's a good team, obviously. They got good players, but we game plan for them. I think our game plan was great. I think they did exactly what we expect them to do. Really, my big takeaway and what I got to echo to my guys is we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. We put ourselves in some really good spots, and we shot ourselves in the foot. And against good teams, you're not always going to be able to come back from that. Can't shoot ourselves in the foot.
There's definitely a certain intensity to you right now. It kind of felt like you were giving us a speech like you were your teammates a few questions ago. Just where does that come from for you?
I've been here for a long time, and never in my time being here have I had the opportunity to play in a game like that, against a team like that, with a crowd like that. This is passion for me. This team, this place, Corvallis. This is my heart and soul. It's the reason I'm here. It's the reason I continue to be here. And so, yeah, wins and losses mean a lot to me, and that one's going to be one that sticks with me for a while. But, like I said, I know in that locker room, I know the belief, and I know the goal. Nothing's wavering, nothing's changing. So let's just continue to emphasize that. Come back tomorrow, correct and improve like we would have had we won, and we will like after we lost. Just got to get better.
Anything else? Thanks, Brandon.
Deeply disappointed locker room. This one hurts. I thought they, played with a lot of energy and desire throughout this game, and just credit to those guys on the other locker room to finish the game. Thought our defense kept us in this thing throughout. Awesome effort. Crowd made a huge difference. That atmosphere, jumping. Couldn't thank Beaver Nation enough for that. Wish we could have got it done for them. But there's going to be a lot to learn from. And so we're going to stick to a process of going back tomorrow and take a look at this film and learn from it. But this one stings in a big way. But I will say credit to the opponent. Those guys are good. They kept battling for 60 minutes, and they finished the game.
Given the veteran group you've got on this team, will this be, I'm not saying this is going to be easy to get over, but will it be easier to get over because of the guys you have on this team?
I think that we got a maturity to us that they understand that, losses are tough. We put a lot into this thing, but it is the first game. And so I do. I think they'll come back tomorrow with an approach that they got to learn and improve and go back to work, and there's still a long season ahead of us.
What are your thoughts on the interceptions that Chance threw? What do you remember?
Yep. Well, impressions without really looking at the film. I thought a couple of times the pocket's getting squeezed on him, and errant miss in the middle of the field turns into a turnover. The deep ball to Tyjon toward the end. We're taking a shot. I think that was a great play by the DB when we're throwing the deep ball. And again, they got tackled inside the 4 and kind of flip field position there. But we got to protect him better. He's got to make better decisions interior-wise and be more accurate with it.
Why did you think the offense had as much trouble as they did really keeping it going tonight?
Well, I think early on, like first half, the penalty piece, because false start and penalties got us. I will say, give SC some credit. Changed some looks, made it really physical at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't really get our run game going like we would have liked to. But even in the second half, thinking about a drive, we got 0 points and missed the field goal. Well, we got to hold. The ball's probably inside the 10-yard line, first down, and we get the hold, back us up. Then we go get a delay of game penalty, and then it turns into a whole lot longer field goal, and we don't make it.
Jam seemed to bring some real energy to the running game tonight. Overall, might have struggled, but he looked, really energetic.
I thought he had some good carries, blocked well on a few of those, but then he's finishing runs and breaking tackles and seeing it. And obviously the touchdown run toward the end was huge. Good player with the ball in his hands. He's gotten better each week since he's been here, and I do think we got a repertoire of 3 backs that can help us.
Defensively, how impressed were you with your team's ability to slow down Caleb Williams, Jordan Addison for most of the game. I mean, we've talked throughout the week about how explosive that offense is.
Yeah. At halftime, we go in, I think it was 10-7 or whatnot, but it was just like feeling like, okay, at some point these guys are going to turn some things on, and our defense battled it throughout. It was a great effort by our defense, changing the looks, affecting the passer, not always sacking them. And that guy's a good athlete. I mean, we had hands on him a few times, gets out of it. That guy's a competitor. But overall, if you told me we're going to give up 17 points, you'd feel pretty good.
Back to being a veteran team, a lot of these guys decided to come back to play in games like these and to come so far and be so close and fall short. Do you feel like that passion that a lot of those guys have just to be that close and for it to hurt like that, how as a coach are you taking that kind of into your next game and throughout the rest of your season?
Sure. You want it to hurt. It means a ton to these guys, and so it should hurt as much effort and passion they put into it. Again, this group's great. I love coaching these guys. We've got a great group. Very confident that, again, their experience, this one hurts. We're going to bounce back starting next week.
Jonathan, can you what was the key to Trent's defense tonight, and how? And like you said, if you know they were going to score 17 points, you would have been really happy. But
Yeah.
what was kind of the origin of what they were doing? And
I think it starts with the players, the buy-in of the plan. We did put in a few wrinkles that we hadn't shown. I thought they did a good job of changing up the looks, disguising it late. And they played with some great effort, man. Those guys were going. And again, Trent, that staff, did a good job in putting together a plan that was going to challenge them, but then change up the looks. And obviously, what they were able to produce gave us a chance to be right in this game.
Did you see what happened on the Addison touchdown? Was there a bust or anything?
No, we're actually clouding the boundary, and that guy makes a great throw. You'll see the safety, he's moving over. The corner's driving underneath, so it's a cloud coverage, and this guy puts it right in the hole. It's a big time throw.
obviously, totally different situations. But did it feel like the end of the Fresno State game to you, just in terms of situation, and to what degree did that give you confidence with the ball in Chance's hand, having just seen something similar 2 weeks ago?
It was very similar, yeah. I mean, just over a minute, 2 timeouts, we're down 3. It felt similar, but obviously each game's new, and our ability to execute and move the ball all the way down there did not happen tonight. Thanks, guys.